Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Lesson 30 Exit Ticket Review. We have 4 fellow geniuses who did some excellent work today, and I want to share that with you. And the very first one is the problem set, and it's courtesy of Denny. What I really like here, first and foremost, neat and organized, very easy to see, which is awesome. He rewrote each of the problems into a fraction, and he noticed in here that there are in tenths. To get rid of the decimal, he has to multiply by 10, and it comes out to be 108 divided by 9. He then rewrote it as an expression, or an equation, there's an equal sign, and solved it, right, knowing that there it comes out to be 12. And he could even check his work by 12 times 9. 18, need to bundle, and gives us 10. Right? Awesome work here. The same similar problem was letter H. Right? Same numbers, different values. This one is in the hundredths place. In order to get to this 9 into the ones place, so you get rid of the decimal, he had to multiply by 100. Okay? Again, as he did that, came out with 108 divided by 9. Same work as over here. And you would come out with 12. A little hard to see. There's a 12. Excellent, Denny. And he did the same thing for the bottom two. The numbers are the same, but the values are different. In this one, they were in tenths, so we had to multiply by 10. 36 divided by 12. He wrote it over here. Gives him 3. Great work. Right. Over here, they're in hundredths. So this value here would have to be moved over into the ones. This one would have to move over 2 places to get to the ones place. So 2 places, or 10 to the power of 2, is going to give you 100. Again, once he made these equivalent fractions, he came out with 36 divided by 12, giving him 3 as his answer. Very nice job. Again, I mentioned equivalent fractions. Right? This fraction here is equivalent to this fraction. We're just cutting it up into 100 pieces. Right? Keep that in mind. So all of these equivalent fractions, equivalent fractions. Overall, Denny, beautiful, beautiful work. Our second one that I'd like to show for the problem set is courtesy of Mari. And I really liked this because she went ahead and did the same thing, made equivalent fractions, multiplying it by 10. I can see here is her equivalent fraction. But what she did, she put some work on the place value chart prior to getting this equivalent fraction. I love this place value chart, and she just drew it in, sketched it in real quick. And I always mention that. So Mari, excellent. She did that for 2 of the other problems down here as well. Right? And if you didn't know what this is mentally as a basic fact, which tends to be a little bit harder with the 12s, she went ahead and actually divided it out. Awesome work. And came up with our correct answer of 12. And with that, she didn't even have to make the place value chart or divide it out here because it's going to be ending up the same equivalent fraction, giving us the same answer, what we call a quotient, an answer to a dividing problem. Great job, Mari. Okay. She repeated her work down for the other 2, okay, making equivalent fractions using the place value chart. Again, place value chart over here, making equivalent fractions. And she did some dividing. Came out with 3 both times. They are equal. Awesome work, Mari. Very nice job. If you were wondering what to do, or you're a little confused, you can reach out to Mari, you can reach out to Denny, reach out to me, and I'll gladly help you. You also have that We Do video that you can go back and take a look at as well. As we move on, let's look at our homework problems. This one is courtesy of Emerson. This one was a little bit more difficult, as if you haven't looked at your comments, and I think I got to just about everyone, you'll notice that they're not equal. She is not correct, this Leanne. And how does Emerson know? She went ahead and solved it in numbers. Right? She knew 18 divided by 6. That's a basic fact. That's 3. Right? But then, so she went to this next one, 1 and 8/10 divided by 6/10. And she did the same steps as the video and our other work in the last couple days, turned it into a fraction, made an equivalent fraction by multiplying it by 10. It's in the tenths, right? And came out with 18 divided by 6. Right? And what is 18 divided by 6? It's a basic fact. It's going to give you 3. Awesome work. So she knows that she is incorrect just by doing this one problem. If Emerson went ahead and solved the third one, technically she didn't have to do, but she already knows that she's incorrect, you would find that there's an error in this one as well. Right? Emerson, very nice job of following the same steps and the same process to help you to see if she was correct. The second one is courtesy of Maddie. Right? Again, she also stated that she was incorrect, and this is how you solve the problem. All right, I like it. She knows the basic fact of 3 here, but she went ahead and turned it, just as Emerson did, into a fraction, made an equivalent fraction by multiplying by 10, and came up with 3. Right? You'd have 3 shaded pieces, or 3 parts. Right? And she did for the second one as well. She didn't really have to at this point. We know she's incorrect. But she kept going, which I really appreciate, Maddie. Knowing that it's in hundredths, we'd have to multiply it by 100 to get that 6 into the ones place. And again, 18 divided by 6 gives us 3. All 3 problems make 3. And if you're wondering how that's possible, again, I strongly recommend each of you to go to the We Do video where I actually draw models of some of these very similar and I shade them in different colors to show the different parts. That would be a real help for some of us. And if you're still a little confused, reach out to me and check out our Google Meet on Friday with our new whiteboard .fi that's going to help us to show your work as well. Again, thank you for our 4 geniuses for letting me use your work for our demonstration. I appreciate it very much. I hope that all of you are working hard, getting all of your work done, and use me as a resource.